Hey guys, it's Derek from DL Boot Room again, and today I'm just going to give you a few boots that didn't quite make my top 10 this year. Now I've done a top 10 boots now since about I think 2013, and it's just my own personal opinion. There's always people leave comments on Instagram saying I can't believe that boot's in there or I can't believe this is in there, and just to give you some perspective on it. So I try and pick boots that are collectible, or I think in a few years time people might be looking for, rather than what's the best performing boot, if that makes sense. Quick example, the Vapor 13 isn't in my top 10, but I'm sure if you speak to the guys who do the boot tests over at certain companies, they'll tell you how much of an amazing boot the Vapor 13 is and things like that. Okay, so nothing against the Vapor 13, I just don't think that in 2 to 3 years time we'll be talking about the Vapor 13 because the 14 and the 15 will be out, which will probably be better boots than what you're playing with just now. So from my point of view, it's really more about the collecting side of things and boots that I think people will want and so on. So I'm going to start first of all with this boot, which is the Tune It boot. Now, if I'm being totally honest, I really dislike this boot. The 2006 version wasn't great. I was excited when they said they were going to do a remake of it and so on, so I wanted to get it to see what it was like. But it really just doesn't do anything for me at all. This was at a time when I really didn't like the way football boots were going and stuff like that. The synthetic uppers had been on boots for a couple of years by this point in time, and I just wasn't really a fan of it. I was used to my Predators and so on. I remember I just moved to Qatar when this boot was coming out, and I went to Adidas to look for some boots when I got here, and I just walked out because there was nothing in there. I wasn't a huge fan of the Pred, absolute, the way it looked and stuff like that, so I was looking for something a bit different. This was there, and like I say, not a fan at all. The remake came out earlier this year, and you know what, as a remake, it's a one-to-one remake with an upper and so on like that, so you can't really fault it as a remake. But for me, the boot is not one of the best, to put it mildly. So yeah, so that didn't make my top 10. The Beckham and Zidane, the 19 plus Predator, you know, really nice boot, to be fair, nothing wrong with it. I just don't think in years to come when you look back at this pack, you'll be thinking about this boot. I mean, it's nice, and if you like the modern Predator, then it's fantastic. The navy, gold and red colourways are fantastic. Little accents down here that show the red. Love the boot, you know, really nice. But I think we'll always be speaking about the precision and the accelerator that came out with this pack, so I don't think we'll be talking about that one. One of the boots I really like is the Phantom Venom from this year. You know, it's kind of like where Nike, they got rid of the Hyper Venom, which was one of my favourite boots, and they brought out the Phantom Venom, and it's a nice boot. It goes, you know, let's be honest, it looks like it's going back to the T90s sort of era, with the stripe zones on it and stuff like that, so we can't really complain about it. It's a really nice boot. This is a pair that I was lucky enough to get from Weissler Schneider, because he was wearing them when he lived here in Qatar. So really nice boots. Just not enough to make it to, like the Vapor 13s, you know, just not enough to make it into my top 10. This was actually the colourway I bought for myself for coaching over here. I never ended up wearing them, they're still brand new in the box, but with Qatar 1904-19 inside for a Scotland-England game over here. Last but not least, this isn't all the boots that haven't made it. Obviously there's quite a few of them that haven't made my top 10, but this is an interesting one because I actually really like this boot, and I can't wait to see where Nike take this in the future. There's already been some leaked pictures of the new Mercurial Dream Speed online, and if that's the way it's going, then it's going to be really exciting. These are the boots that are worn by 3 Nike players. So you've got Cristiano Ronaldo, you've got Kylian Mbappe, and then we've got Sam Kerr as well from the ladies' Matilda's side in Australia. So, you know, big players wearing the football boots, and this is going to be something that's going to be really interesting. You know, Nike seem to be going away from Cristiano Ronaldo's signature boots. They've just released Mbappe's first signature boot in the last couple of days. I'm sure you've all seen it online. So the Dream Speed is definitely an interesting idea, and it'll be very interesting to see where this goes, and what colourways they come out with, and just, you know, the whole thinking behind this series. But I didn't put it into my top 10. You know, never know, in a couple of years time maybe this is a bit people are looking for. If the Dream Speed series takes off, and maybe I'll come back and think, you know what, this was one of the better buys of the year. But right now I'm going to stick with it's a great boot, I love the boot, but maybe just not one for the top 10 at this point in time. So I'm going to start my top 10 of the year on Friday this year, so hopefully you'll all tune back in and see where we are with it. We'll start with 10 going right down to number 1. If you've got any ideas of what you think will be my top boot of the year, by all means put it in the comments below, give it a like, this video, and hopefully, you never know, some of you might guess it right, and then, you know, well done to you. But just remember, my top 10 is never about playing ability and so on like that. It's more along the collector's line, and I think there is quite a big difference between those two. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Give it a like if you can. I really appreciate the support. The feedback from the last video was fantastic. Hoping to make a few tweaks over the next couple of weeks. I've got a few pieces of equipment that I need to go out and buy before really improving the quality of these videos. But yeah, love the feedback. Have a great time, and I'll hopefully speak to you all again soon.